welcome to another week's episode of Eat Fruit Pod, EFP. I'm your girl, Kay.
And I'm Natasha Renee.
How was your week?
Week has been really, really busy, back and forth, up and down 95. So like today is actually the first day that I've been home since last week. So I'm happy to be settled. But week was pretty busy, going back and forth, work, kids, school. So that's my life. How was your week?
How have you been dealing up and down the I-95 with these gas station prices, girl?
The convoy. I saw it right
You
on
saw
the
one
side of
too?
me. Yeah,
Okay.
on Sunday. I forgot. Yeah, they had the whole truck convoy on Sunday when I was going up. I was like, please don't block the highway. Please don't. My kids have to be at school by
It's
5:30.
not funny, but like it's so fucked up right now. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to
Yeah,
swear
it was
less.
like at least 10 miles of trucks like that we were passing. So that was very
Jeez.
interesting.
Jeez.
So shout out
Jeez.
to the truckers, some of
I
them,
don't
not all.
know.
'Cause
I don't
look,
know.
even my son, he was like, I don't know which ones to support based off
Yeah, I
of
don't
looking at
know.
the truck. I don't know if I give you a high five or
It's giving for me white privilege. It's giving very Trump-like
that.
supporters.
Oh, that's
So
all I saw was, you know, Trump, 2020, whatever, 5 or whatever. Yeah. So yeah,
girl, that's
it
the
was
part
very
I feel like
interesting.
people should have been nervous about. The fact that he didn't get the full 8 years, meaning like his people are out there like we still got hope. Dear Lord, dear Lord.
Yes, we the
Um,
people. That's all I saw on every single truck. We the people.
I'm not telling y'all who to vote for, what's good for y'all. Just look at history and you make your decisions.
Just be mindful. But how was your week?
It was good. Busy, but as I said, I'm not going to complain about being busy because we could be bored, right?
Yes.
So I take that as a blessing these days. And I've been avoiding the road as much as I can because of Freedom Convoy and crazy gas station prices. So it's been
Yeah,
a real like home situation as much as possible.
I definitely understand because my little car, I put $20 in today and it
Oh
only got me a
man.
half a tank.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
I have a small car. So
Yeah.
$20 for me usually
So
fills
it
my
goes
car up.
afar. Mm-hmm.
And it was half a tank. And I was like,
Girl, 40 is
yeah.
the new 20.
It definitely is. It definitely
It's no joke out here. Like for real, for real. All them times I be skipping out on the points. Oh, I don't have my card. Oh, I forgot I have a card. Let me get my card. Let me get these points. All the
right.
rebates,
Oh yeah,
all
sign
the
up for the
things,
loyalty program. Yes.
all the loyalty programs. Because girl, it is
And
not cute out
people
here.
don't give nobody $5 to take you nowhere. If you don't got 20, you can't get
Right? Before people be getting away with that $5, $10 gas.
there.
Now,
I got
homie,
5,
20 or more. It's real out
20
here.
or more. Yes.
I think we might name that name that episode. $20 or more. Okay. So yeah, I hope you all had an amazing week. Thank you guys for your support. In terms of us taking a break, and I've seen you guys just hopped right back in listening
Yep.
and supporting. So thank you guys. I don't take that lightly. And I'm excited to get into fruit salad this
Yes.
week. So we're gonna kick it off with Euphoria season 2 finale. And just my recap season 2 in general. I know you don't really watch it, Natasha, but
I tried though. I tried. I could not get past episode 2
of
of the
season
first season.
1,
Yeah, but a lot of people told me that
keep
like,
going.
yeah, I
Keep
tried.
going. Keep going.
I tried. I
What do
will.
you
I
think
will
has
try.
you like not girl, it's amazing TV,
It
but
was,
what do you
I
think has
guess,
you
because
not?
it was a lot. It was so much going on at
Yeah.
one time. I felt like I was bipolar and had a lot go. I was like, because it was just so much. I was like, I guess her telling who she is, her life. And I was just like, well, damn, this it's a lot. Like you got a lot going on.
She
And like
does.
drug tests and all this. And I'm like, okay, let me take a breather. I think the whole party when they were at the pool party thing,
Oh, yeah.
somehow I closed my eyes somewhere and missed something. And I'm like, okay, I got to start back because I'm totally confused of what's going on. Like the girl sleeping with the older man. I was like, what is this? So
Jules. Oh
it was a
Lord.
lot. The little
Yeah.
bit I saw, it was a lot. I'm
It's
like,
a
this
lot.
is a
It's
lot
deep.
to take in.
It was deep. And it gets deeper. I will say Euphoria is not for the faint of heart. I definitely cried a lot. It was really emotional, especially this season. But I will say, spoiler alert, because I gave y'all a lot of time to watch this finale by now. Maddie finally got to beat that ass. Okay. Let me tell you, Lexi's play. I don't know what school this is. The only high school I've seen up like this is I remember watching High School Musical and being like, dang, the school for the Wildcats is huge. This is an amazing school. But Euphoria High School, man, they are an up high school. Like, I mean, this school play had revolving stages, all types of things. I was like, where did this school get this budget from? So
Right?
shout outs to Lexi and her play. I'm so happy that it went through. And then they kind of did it split where like at the they kind of did part one, part two of the finale.
Hmm.
So the part one of the finale, you literally seen Cassie, which is Lexi's sister, um, panting and breathing heavy on the window because her man just broke up with her off of like the video. And let's not forget, like Nate, I'm sorry, this is going all above your head,
It's
Natasha.
okay. It's
But like
okay.
Nate is really in love with Jules. Like he don't be loving girls. Like he love Jules and people of,
Okay.
that's the love of his life. So it's just like him dating these up girls in the high school as his beard. Like it's just been a hot mess. And you talk about the girl that you were talking about having sex
Yeah.
with the older man, that's Jules. So that guy's
Got it.
son,
Okay. Okay.
that guy's
Okay. Got
son
it.
is actually in love with that girl.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You
Okay.
need to go and keep
Okay.
watching. It
Yeah.
gets deep. So, the play was happening, and Cassie got out there, and she's still like so oblivious to the fact that, girl, it doesn't matter. You do not start messing around with your best friend's ex-man, okay? Especially when majority of what she talks to you about is
Mhm.
how they may be possibly getting back together. Okay, this man don't even claim you during the daytime. He's pick you up in the truck on the next street in the
What?
nighttime. Girl, it gets deep,
Okay, so I guess I am gonna have to look at this show because
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
what?
yes. And that play was happening, and Cassie went up on that stage, and she was real beside herself. And I was kind of disappointed a couple weeks because I was like, wow, finally, like Maddie knows that Cassie snaked her and was having
Hmm.
sex with Nate, and like she was wanting to whoop her ass, and we didn't get the ass whooping, but the finale they gave us the ass. Maddie was there at the play, and she seen Cassie go up on that stage and was like, "You got something to say?" Nah. And Maddie took off them shoes and
Oh my
ran on that stage and beat that ass. When I seen Maddie follow her, like running, following her into the hall and literally
God.
took her neck and pushed her into the wall, I could hear the concussion that Cassie got. I was like, dear Lord, dear Lord.
Jeez.
But that was an ass whooping. She was deserving for quite some time. And like Maddie gives like such a hard exterior. So I felt a lot
Hmm.
of her pain being like, this is a girl that I really let in and I
Gotcha.
trained and seen you as one of my homies and you would really like do this with this guy. And
Hmm.
once again, Maddie knows who Nate really is.
Got it.
Like she knows about him liking Jules. She caught
Okay.
like because the dad even had a bunch of videos that he would take and like the hotel rooms without like people knowing, and him having sex with like all these transgender people. Like it gets deep. It gets deep. It gets really deep and dark, you know? And this is what I will say too. Like black people, we got drama, but let me remind y'all, white people be having some serious drama too. They just deal with it differently than us. But don't
They
ever
do.
feel like white people do not have drama going
Facts.
on.
Facts.
And when they have drama, it
It's
is
some real ish.
drama. Like, so
Definitely.
amazing finale. Like, the only thing that I am pissed about is they had the nerve to be like, we're not getting season 3 till 2024. As you can see, we are in
Wow.
2022. But I'm like, you know what? Y'all worked
Yes.
hard. You deserve a break. You deserve to live a
Wow.
little life before you gotta go back to the studio. So let me not be selfish, but I need that now. I need season 3 like now, you know. RIP Ashtray. I definitely cried. I tried my best to stay up off of Twitter because I know a lot of people are talking about it. So
Okay.
like Ashtray, like he just, oh my God. That gun scene. And then I thought he got caught in the bathroom with all the shots. And then he was fake dead and then got up and shot the officer. You know, once you shoot one of theirs, they're like, we're lighting this whole thing up.
Gee.
So I don't even know if Fez is alive. I hope he is. They arrested him, but I don't know if he made it because like the man was fully bleeding out. I'm like, aren't you supposed to put them in the ambulance first and then cuff them to the bed? Like they arrested poor Fez with the blood just oozing. So I hope he made it. But amazing show. Shout outs to, you know, Drizzy Drake, Future, amazing show. And I was kind of like speculating at the thought, you know, because
Uh-huh.
it's like obviously everyone knows Drake had Degrassi or was in
Hmm.
Degrassi. It wasn't nothing for him to be like, let me revamp or do the next generation with Degrassi. So it's always kind of been in my mind, like
Okay.
why he decided to just let me do a whole new show instead
Got
of
it.
continuing with what we
With
knew him
Degrassi.
for. And I'm not mad at it at all. Don't get me wrong, but it is something I did kind of like think about and be like, was there underlying beef? How did you leave the show? Were you mad because they put you in the wheelchair? Like,
I mean, Jimmy was in the wheelchair, so
so amazing job. Continuing on to giving Drake daps to just bringing some amazing scripts out there.
hmm
We have Top Boy 2 trailer, which is set to be out on Netflix the 18th of March, which is like what, about a week or so. Um,
hmm
Another show that I love. At first, being a Top Boy fan, I will admit the first season did take me a couple of episodes to adjust at first because, of course, we all fell in love with the original and the characters. And there
hmm
was a bit of backsplash I remember that Drake was getting at first for people feeling like, oh, he wasn't being that authentic to the UK culture. And, you know, people always got something to say. But I definitely grown into that show. It's an amazing script. He's once again introduced some amazing actors, even on that side of the world, that are just similar to Euphoria, like blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, how did I not know any of these people? And now we both seen like the season 2 trailer for Top Boy. It's
Yeah.
looking intense.
Yes, Barry. It was a lot of action going on because that's why I was like, I think I've seen this show. Like, but this isn't the show that I saw, but I think I've seen this show before.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I did like after you helped me out, I did see the first season. I did enjoy it. It was something that with a lot of UK cinema movies series, I try to get into
Mm-hmm.
because I like to see different cultures and how they do things. And that was the
Mm-hmm.
one thing that interests me is the kids and how they
The
kind of separate
youngers.
themselves
Yep.
and everything. So it was definitely a show that caught my attention. Looking at the trailer of season 2, I'm just like, this looks very intense.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I do appreciate what Drake has done, even with Euphoria, with me not really watching it, what I watch is it's really good and it's really put together. So it
Yeah.
wasn't that I didn't want to watch it because it wasn't put together. It's just like you said, it's
It's really
kind of
heavy.
dark and
Yeah.
eerie, and I think that's what I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely ready to see Top Boy 2.
And the thing as well, like I notice, when you watch shows from different parts of the earth, you realize how, like, especially here in Canada, how things are
Hmm.
so like sensitized to us. When you
Yeah,
watch, like, when I watch UK shows, I just feel like the band-aid is ripped off. A lot of the things they'll probably
yes,
sensitize to here, they don't there. And I love that. It's just so raw. The angles are different. I feel like the people
hmm,
give more like a gritty feel, is more realistic. And being from Toronto, I know that a lot of people always say like England and us, like we have a lot of similarities in terms of like
okay,
the way we talk and lingo and things of that nature. So I don't feel too out of place, but I will
got it.
say like shows like Shameless or things like that in the UK. There was this other, oh, I don't want to forget her name. But she was the star of the show Chewing Gum, and like
I remember that. Okay,
amazing writing. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it's just refreshing. And
yes,
as I said, like Drake now has Euphoria, Top Boy season 2 under his belt,
yeah,
and it's not just one successful show, but it's two. And I feel like in the writing world, in the script world, that's not something easy to come by. So I definitely want to point out the fact that I'm gonna stand here and say it. I really do feel like Drake has a talent for picking out an amazing script
yeah,
and helping. Of course, he doesn't do it on his own, but putting it to life with an amazing team and getting it right. Getting it right.
yeah,
So I'm excited. I feel like moving forward, I could definitely see him getting into movies. Shows are just the
yeah.
start for him. And I'm excited to see how he represents in that field.
No, definitely. Especially we have to remember, like everybody sees him as Drake the rapper, but he is a actor, so he can
Yeah.
see the and understand the authenticity of acting and what something is that's good or what something may be that's bad, because like even those two shows are two totally different shows, two totally different
Yeah.
themes, but
Yeah.
they're great shows.
Yeah. I agree. And moving forward now, um, Michael B. Jordan, it's been announced that Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith are set to star and co-produce I Am Legend. How did you feel I Am Legend sequel. How did you feel about just I Am Legend as a movie in general?
I felt like it was overrated, honestly. I watched it a couple of times to probably watch it again, but it wasn't a movie that really like got me. It was good at the end, in the end when everything started coming out, but I think that was during a time that Will Smith was kind of at his prime and everybody wanted Will Smith in a movie.
Mm,
So I think that's why I got the hype that it did. But personally, for me, it wasn't a movie that I was like thrilled about seeing.
mm. I've never seen the end of I Am Legend.
See,
No
see,
matter how much I try,
see,
I would
see.
just be
Point.
honest and say it, like I'm on the ledge right now and it gets worse. So y'all are probably going to
See.
hate me when I say these things. But to this day, I have not, seen the ending of I Am Legend. By the time I think he meets like the girl and they're all living in the house and they got to run, I don't make it past that. But given this conversation, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again, but wish me luck. Now,
I was
what
gonna
I'm
say, let
also
me know what you think after you finally see the end.
right. And then another unpopular opinion for me, Michael B. Jordan doesn't really do it for me as an actor. I feel like a
I
lot of
agree.
people like overhype him, but like I don't like exception of Fruitvale Station. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. There's nothing that I've watched from Michael B. Jordan. I'm like, wow, like I like that captivated my soul. Like I don't I please don't hate me, guys. It's just I don't know. He doesn't like that feeling you would get
I got you.
like you would I don't know like he just doesn't fully hit for me.
So I guess for me, I always supported him because he was on The Wire. He was one of the corner boys.
Exactly
So
that as
to
well. Yeah.
see that group of, you know, kids at the time that are now adults, I've always tried to support anything that they were in.
Yeah.
But Michael B. Jordan was the one that lasted the longest out of all the corner boys.
Well,
I
no,
mean, you kind of see. I was
Michael
gonna say
Rainey's
Michael
coming
Rainey. I
up.
mean, you see
I'm rooting
him
for
in
that young
902,
man.
and I really did like him in 90210.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael B. Jordan for some reason just got this extra hype.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah. I feel like they push him in
I
my
don't
face. He's getting the scripts, he's
everything that
getting the
he's been
movies.
in minus Black Panther. I mean, it's
Oh
just like,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Like he
yeah.
rocked that.
But even with that, it's I don't know. Like Creed was just like,
Still yet to see
and
it. It
then
it
Creed
wasn't
2
it.
was just like, did we really need it to?
Like I get it. For most people, he's something great to look at. But it's just he doesn't hit for me yet.
Even the
So
movie that he did, the action movie, it's just yeah, it's Michael B.
yeah, what was it? No remorse or something without remorse. And
Yeah,
even then, like I watched the whole thing, I was like, dope, but it wasn't like, oh, Michael B. Jordan,
yeah.
he coming. Like I still have yet to get that feeling. I don't know if it's because like I don't know. It's just I can't put my finger on it yet. I'm going to try and work on having a more solidified like reason as to why. But I definitely feel like he's kind of like overhyped and pushed in my face.
I think because of Fruitville Station, that was the overhype. That's when it became
But that
the
movie was the one for
it
me. I
was
was
really
like,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
it was really good. So again, that's when it was like, oh yeah, we like this young man. We want him on everything.
everything.
And he was always a supporting actor. But
Yeah.
once he became the star, it's kind of like you're very good at supporting roles. He is. He's very good at supporting roles, but to be the main,
The main.
I yeah. Sorry. I mean, I like Michael B, but you know,
Yeah.
and
And
then I
I'm
feel some
rooting
type
for
of way
him.
too. Hold on, I feel some type of way too because he came to the kids' school because they filmed some of Creed at the school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting you out there. True story. I heard this from my kids, both
Yeah.
my kids, but they filmed some of the gym scenes at the kids' school. And so he was there for a while, and they film a lot of movies at the school, a lot of shows that have been on AMC, everything. They tend to film a lot on that campus. And he said he didn't want to speak to the kids because he was afraid to talk to the kids. And I'm like, those kids really would have appreciated you just even just saying hi or something. But
Yeah.
they were trying to get him to like just not even speak, but just to see the kids. And he was like, I'm scared.
And that's the other part for me as well, is like I don't know his personality. Not to say
Hmm.
that I think that's part of it for me, for real. It's like
Okay.
everybody has like their own swagger, their own style. He just kind of like he's Michael B. Jordan, but like I don't Will, kind of like he has his
Yeah.
own quirks. Denzel, you have, and I mean, I'm only saying these names because these are the names people are putting him up there with. And I'm like, it's not,
Yeah.
you still haven't given me any of that except for
Yeah.
Fruitvale Station. And even then, it's not to that like extent. Um,
Yeah.
but I will say Michael Rainey Jr. was at you in Fruitvale Station. And we see now what he's done in Power. And
Yep.
I am a bit biased because I do know that he's partially Jamaican as well. but he's doing an amazing job. And that is one of the young Black men coming up that I'll definitely be like, he's coming.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
He's
Yeah.
coming. He's coming. So when I seen a movie that I've never been able to finish, I wouldn't say that was Will's best movie. Of course, Michael B. Jordan.
No.
Like the energies are just linking up, and I'm like, you already just don't want me to come and see this. Like, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try. I do love my dosage of, Black ratchetness in a sense. So I definitely was there for Medea's homecoming and wanted to tap in and see what Madea was given this time around. Did you have a chance to see
Yes, I
homecoming?
saw it. Shout out to my friend Shayla because she is, I guess, a Madea fan. So she just randomly was like, I didn't even know the movie was coming out. And she was just like, yeah, texting was like, yeah, Medea's new movie. I'm like, Madea? And she was like, yeah. I was like, all right. So for her, I decided to watch this Madea movie. But I mean, it was cute. It was, I watched it to the end and saw the whole homecoming, Medea doing a homecoming thing. But it was very interesting, typical, like you said, ratchetness. This
I feel
person
like,
sleeping with this person, and now you sleeping with that person. I'm just like, well, dang, everybody done slept with everybody on here.
yeah, it's definitely giving. I've seen it before. Like,
Yeah.
but I did notice because, as I said, like, especially coming from more strict environment, I remember Medea for some reason made the cut. So from very early, my mom like had those DVDs where he was doing the plays.
Yes,
So
the plays. Yes.
I do get the conversion of, okay, these were plays. I'm gonna turn them into like movies now
Movies.
that I
Yes.
can get, like, residual income. I get that. I feel the sneeze coming on. Sorry, guys. Allergy season. There we are. Sorry. Thank you. So, with that being said, yes, it was predictable. We did get the typical like laughs in there,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Brown and what's Medea's brother's name again?
Joe.
What's
It's
his
Joe.
name? Joe. Yeah,
Joe.
Uncle Joe. He was the one that was giving a lot of funny bars this
Yeah.
time around, and he had me cackling. Um, of course, the trifling mess. But I will say what did throw me off a bit was the interchanges, the new interchanges that he attempted to use in it, where they would do the sliding, and I was like, why? Like it
Yeah, I
didn't.
thought it was different, but I got it because it's a Medea movie. So it's
But they
not
never
one
did
of
that
those.
before.
I know, and I thought it was cute. I did, but only because it was a Medea movie. It
Yeah,
wasn't a like one of the serious ones. If it was one of the serious ones, I would have been like, nah, you could have saved that one. But I
yeah.
kind of got, changing it up and switching it up and doing that. I got it for this particular movie.
I will say, also when we look at some of them wigs in Pasadena movies, I'm like, damn, like this
Oh,
is
that lace front on point
bad.
now.
What? Everybody had an on point wig. So I will say
Yes,
shout outs, shout outs to TP finally up in the budget so everyone can look laid like Medea. Um,
yes. Oh yeah, because the last one with the lady whose husband had her them wigs.
Horrible. Okay. Um, with the homecoming part, I did find it funny and smart the way how he did
Yeah.
it through the credits, because ain't nobody watching credits anymore these days.
Hmm.
Unless it's like someone that I know is in there. I'm looking to see like, okay, who did this part, who
Yeah.
did that part. I did notice the upness of the camera quality. So I do appreciate that. Um, but Tyler Perry looked very much in his element for the homecoming last scene. It was giving
So
comedy. It was giving this
I
is real me.
question that homecoming scene. And the only reason, and I'm gonna try to do some research. I feel like that's the lookalike because remember Tyler Perry has a Madea lookalike. Remember it was
Does he?
somebody that yes, it's somebody that's on Instagram that was doing like all the it's a guy, but I feel like that was him and not Tyler Perry because it was just too like you said, it was just like this is scary.
It wasn't scary to me, but I was like, bro, just come out already. Like,
But that's what I mean. But I feel like it was the lookalike because I kept trying to look at the face, and I was like, for some reason, I said I think this is the double and not Tyler Perry. I'm like, I'm hoping this is not Tyler Perry shaking them thighs like that. But
mm, I don't know. I don't know, girl. But what I will say as well is, yeah, as I said, as he goes further, I'm happy that all these Black people had the opportunity to
hmm
come get paid, be involved in something. And, at the end of the day, Netflix is definitely going to give Tyler Perry the checks, especially that he's like
yeah,
Mr. Atlanta right now. So, um, I love the fact that he's making sure Black people behind and in front of the camera are getting paid. And
yep.
I did see an interesting news story today about Tyler Perry sharing how he sometimes during sex might sneak out the Madea voice jokingly. So I'll just leave that there.
Okay. Well, if any of the listeners while we're sitting here can tell me, because my question was, Cora's daughter, was she
She has
in
a lot
any
of
of the play?
kids.
She,
Nope,
yeah. Okay, she wasn't one of the ones from the plays.
she wasn't. She
Okay,
wasn't.
that's
I was
because
like, Cora's
I
another
know
kid.
she's an actress, but I thought she was in one of the plays, so I was wondering if she was in
And
any of the
also,
plays.
like, how did Mr. Brown get burned that badly and not a skin was peeling?
Oh yeah, when yeah, the barbecue throwing all that,
There are just
yeah.
some things that, like, were noticeable. But then again, as I said, it's not something that I'm going to tell people you need to sit down and watch this. But you want something in the background playing, you can go in and out. I'll be like, ha ha ha, ha nigger
Yeah,
shit. Like, there you are.
definitely.
Right. Moving forward, repping another Canadian, The Weeknd. It's been announced that he will have a character. I don't know for how many episodes, but he will officially have a character coming out in a Simpsons episode. Uh, sometime, I think it's supposed to be dropping sometime in March. So,
Okay.
congratulations to you, and that's
Yeah, definitely.
exciting.
Congrats.
That's
Yeah,
exciting.
one of the longest running shows. So yeah, that's definitely an
Still
exciting feeling to
hilarious.
be on The Simpsons. Definitely.
Between them, Family Guy, and American Dad, and South Park, I know it's not always people's favorite shows, but those are like my type of comedy. And I don't know how these people get away with like reading y'all to filth in all their
Oh
shows.
yeah, especially Family Guy. I just be on some like, did this really just happen? Like, did you really just say that? But we'll
Right,
keep it moving.
right. But they say a lot of what people are thinking. So I
Yes,
do love that about
definitely.
the show. Uh, I was reading the article, and like basically the Weeknd was sharing how, it's always been like his dream to
hmm
like be a part of American Dad or something like that. He loves that
Okay.
show. I believe he's done some other voice acting as well before. I can't directly remember the shows now. So I'm excited to see what character he plays in The Simpsons,
hmm
if they read him to fill, if they do any Coke like jokes, let's just be honest, and see how that plays out. And, once again, Toronto's out here. Brr, 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 brr. What is your take on just like more Black celebrities and actors that we know really getting the recognition and more opportunities like in the voice acting world and like gaming world and stuff like that?
I think it's great because even if we use an example, the Cleveland show. Cleveland is not black, he's a
Yeah,
white
I was
guy,
shocked when I
but
found that out.
everybody else that was on the show was black, minus the main character. So to really have us on voiceovers, because you usually hear the typical Morgan Freeman, on
Yeah,
everything, or James Earl Jones, but
yeah,
to really like Leo Way with, I'm sorry, you know who I'm talking about,
yep,
Miss
yep, yep,
AT&T,
yep, yep.
Miss AT&T and Regina King. Like, I always enjoy
Shout out
hearing
to
us
Regina. Yeah,
on voiceovers, because I'm like, oh, I know who that is.
yeah,
Like, yeah, so
facts.
I'm happy, I'm excited, because we're showing that we can do so much other than
Exactly.
the lane that they keep us in. So I'm excited about it.
Exactly. I agree 1000%. Uh, Congratulations also to Remy Ma. I've been like holding it off, not that I haven't been watching because I love me some rap battles. The
Yeah,
disrespect, we need to still see the disrespect. And like in the rap battle league, that is somewhere where you cannot run from the disrespect. They're gonna
you
tell you
can't.
about your pedophilia uncle, all the types of things. They do not care. So um Chrome 23 is Remy Ma's official rap battle league, and it's just so amazing to me for multiple of reasons. One, when she finally announced that she was doing this, I was like, girl, this is what you should have
Yeah.
this is what you should have done from the jump. Like, we already know you
Yep.
as being the queen of, shout outs to Lady Luck as well, but we do know Remy Ma as being like dominating in that field, and that's
Yeah.
part of what helped her to be signed to Fat Joe and have that notoriety.
Yeah.
Blah, you know the word in the rap game.
Camaraderie.
Tongue twister right now. And one of the things that, like, for example, one of my pet peeves, but I do respect it with the rap battle league game, is like a lot of the times the rap battles that I do get to watch on YouTube, and they're mostly like with the men. Yeah, you have Queen of the Ring. Shout outs to
Yeah.
Babs Everything. Um, you have like Arsenal and like obviously King of the Dot for Toronto. But a lot of those rap battles and their leagues, it's like it would happen in the summer and you're not seeing it on someone that like wasn't able to go or whatever. You're not seeing it on YouTube, especially if you don't have like URL or whatever, until like the winter, right?
Okay.
So I love the fact that like Remy Ma has his live streaming on YouTube. So it's like you're
Yeah.
there in the club. And on top of that, being live streamed on YouTube, it's there immediately. So I'm not waiting like how many months later.
Yep.
And then as well, they added the component of live voting, right? Because
Okay.
that's always like, oh, this person won, that person won. It's word of mouth, which I know is a part of like the culture and things of that nature. But now you're able to go to a website and you gonna see
Vote.
it.
Yeah.
This person got 14%. This
Yep.
person got voted this much. So you still saying you beat this person? Because I don't know, fam. Like,
Yeah.
it's giving more scalability. And that's the reason why I just love seeing more women enter these spaces and adding their touches and things, because these are details and things that make me so happy as someone enjoying rap battle leagues as well. A lot of these women, as I said, I've watched battle in Queen of the Ring and
Okay.
other like female rap battle leagues, and now like they're doing it fresh again with Remy Ma and some new people as well that I haven't seen before. And the cards that she's put together, um, and the matchups is just yes, yes. Like, I was definitely at home getting my life, enjoying it. And I know over time they will work on like the interviewing in between part or
Okay.
like things of that nature. But shout outs to Remy Ma and the whole Chrome 23, 100, 1000% in support. I still have some battles that I have to catch up on, but I just love the fact that she's doing this. It's definitely her. I feel like this is a space she should have like, but all that Nikki said, this is what she
Yeah.
like came out with and just entered that energy. This is her. It's so happy and beautiful. It's so beautiful to see her like in her element. I know I went long-winded, but what were your like thoughts or like just everything on it?
I watched one battle. I did enjoy that feel that you miss of, like you
Mm-hmm.
were saying, the rap battles. They're hard to find, like when you're on YouTube trying to find a rap battle. I really did enjoy the two women that I did see that were battling against each other, and just listening to that authentic, like, battle, like the grit, the,
Oh
like
yeah,
you said, the back and forths, and the punchlines of, like, how raw or how deep are you going to, and dirty are you going to get to win this battle. So yeah, I was really feeling it. I said I'm gonna go through and watch them, because I was telling you I wasn't
yeah,
sure if that were that was, I was
yeah,
like, is this it?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
now that I know, I had it listed where, which one is next. So I say I'm gonna sit and listen and see who I become a fan of with
yeah.
these rap battles, and learning, and being introduced to new females that are in the rap game.
Facts. And also for the fact of like, it's not no, people be like, oh yeah, the female rappers, but
Hmm.
like the battles, as I said, the matchups that Remy put together, they were elite. And it's just like, I didn't feel like, okay, like to some degree, I felt like some of the females were going a lot harder than even some of the male rap
Yeah.
battles that I've watched. So I'm like, I don't know if at some point Remy's gonna like mix that and have
Hmm.
like some female versus like male rap battles and things of that nature. So I'm really excited to just see what she has to come, and Queen just keep flourishing in this, because it was like
Yeah.
I could literally see just the glow on her, and I'm like, this is it. Like this is you. This is a space like
Definitely.
I can't see nobody taking it from you. You're in your element. Like it was just uh like I love it. Like I love being at home, like, ooh. And it's even better now because I could pause it, rewind it. I'm able to
Yep.
be, as I said, a part of the discussion currently, because I was obviously in New York at the club with them. And
Yeah.
it was just dope to also see everyone that came out and shown support. And even there was an interview with Little Mama in the most recent live stream one that they had. And she was kind of hinting towards, getting in that
Hmm.
ring and rap battling. I said, all right, girl, let me
Okay.
see you hop in there,
Okay.
little mama. Let me see you. Let me see what you got. And that's the thing. I feel like for real hip hop artists and people growing within that space, or you say you're a part of that
Yeah.
space, that is an element you can never forget. You have to respect it. You
That's
have
true.
to like put up
Facts.
where you shut up, straight
Yep.
up. Palms
And you
sweaty.
find out
Ooh,
who are
palms
real rap,
itty.
like who really has the talent
Facts.
of, like, just freestyling.
Facts, facts. And those ladies did not come to play. Speaking of people not coming to play, Snoop Dogg recently did an interview. Shout outs to Elliot Wilson, uh, go in his own right. He did an interview with Snoop Dogg recently, and Snoop Dogg shared a story of Jay-Z basically having to like low key threaten these white people over at the NFL because there were a bunch of little things, of course, that they were not trying to have be at the halftime show. One, they were timid or scared of Snoop Dogg being a performer representing his gang culture, because they know he usually crip
Yeah.
walks, etc. So they're trying to pull the plug on that. Then in one of the Dr. Dre songs, he says something about like with the police, they
Hmm.
they didn't want that bar in there. So they were threatened. They were like, nah, that can't be a part of it. Then as well, with Eminem, as you can see in the halftime show,
Yep.
he kneeled to support like in support of Colin Kaepernick and everything. He got the ball rolling on a lot of things, and they were not really in full support of that either. So what Jay-Z said, if you ain't gonna let that happen, what I'm gonna do is we gonna done off this Rock Nation NFL partnership. And we just gonna we if you're not gonna greenlight this show. So it was really dope to still, it's as a whole fan and stan, it's really amazing to still hear these stories of him being a solid dude,
Mhm.
especially in these white spaces that a lot of us are still trying to get into, you know, and just knowing how deep Jigga and Hove, Mr. Carter, and Snoop Dogg's relationship goes, when
Yeah.
he shared that even at the end of the halftime show, like it would have been like Jay-Z ran downstairs and like met them right away and like hugged Snoop like
Yeah.
really tightly. And like it was like a championship of their own because man, I was up in that living room. Like they got me. I was like, ain't no way. 50 Cent, ain't no way. Like, no offense, they could have kept Kendrick, but that's for another time, unpopular opinion. But I get it, but you know. So what were your thoughts on just like that story? And like we didn't really talk about the Super Bowl in depth, but
But yeah, I as far as Jay-Z, even Beyonce, the things that they have been doing in support of us, and
thanks.
even with the HBCUs and the donations that they've given to the colleges and stuff like that. So to be able to say like this is how it's going to be, a black man in America, the Super Bowl, saying this is how it's going to be, you have to respect that. Like there's no like but it's no buts to it. Like this is a very powerful man, and it shows that like
Thanks.
Jay-Z slowly put himself in different, like, the sports he has started. And people, oh, why is he doing this?
Mm-hmm.
This is why. Guess
Mm-hmm.
what? Because he had already, this wasn't something new as far as him, you know, being involved with, sports and stuff like that. So because of something like this, if he wasn't in that space, he wouldn't have been able to have full control of it. So I definitely support what the Carters are doing and what they have been doing and the spaces that they have been doing it in to
Thanks.
represent us. And even if you look at Jay-Z before and Jay-Z now, you have the hair, you know what I'm saying? When you look at Jay-Z, it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter how I look, I can come into these spaces
Well,
and
his
I still
background is
have total
Jamaican.
control.
Just want to remind
Yes.
y'all. I know y'all, when my people be out here. He is,
But yeah, I
yeah,
definitely I support this this
facts,
Jay-Z.
facts. He's come such a far way, and everything you said, like, I definitely agree. And as well as I said, a lot of people have a lot to say when they haven't gotten to those levels. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even when we speak about things, even with like Joe Budden podcast, and a lot of people will have
Yep.
critique for things happening over there, but it's just like, all right, had certain people come out on their own and try to get these
Yep.
deals, it wouldn't have. So at some point, you do have to give the credit to be like, because they were seen here
Yeah.
and what they could do there, that is also what's helping them to get these 7-figure multi-year
That.
deals and
Yep.
continue to elevate. So facts are just facts. And shout outs to, Hove for continuously being a solid dude. Nobody's perfect, but this is a black man we're seeing in real time, showing us what
Yep.
it's like to have ups and downs with your family, what it's like to grow in business, fail and
Yep.
win, what it's like to lose friends and circle back, what it's like
Yep.
to show forgiveness. So, as I said, nobody's perfect, but at least we are seeing examples of people that are not giving up.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. And I know I had something else here. Pusha T, shout outs to your peoples.
Shout out to VA 757. You know how I do. That was so
You
fun.
see how they get hype? You see how they get hype? Well, Pusha T, he dropped out another new record. People are highly anticipating this new project. Hear Me Clearly. As I said, I, being a Torontonian, and yes, I am a bit wavered by like how this stuff went with Drake, and I'm not salty, but it showed me a lot of characteristics of Pusha T that I wasn't sure existed until the situation happened. But I will say this record, Hear Me Clearly, has me reverting back to the full respect that I used to have for Pusha T. And beat was disgusting.
Yes.
Lyrics, bar for bar, not bar was wasted. And I will say shout outs to him on that. What were your thoughts on the track?
Good old Terrence. Yes, I I've always supported, Clips, Pharrell, that whole, 757, everybody that's out there that isn't represented and has been doing a lot as far as with rap that we don't pay attention to. But yes, Pusha T has always, like you said, he didn't waste bar for bar. That's the one thing that you can expect from him is a great verse. One, two, three. His style, when you hear Pusha T.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
unique. He I don't know. He's just always been a very, I've always liked the Clips. I've always supported
Yeah,
them. And that is one person, that I've always supported anything that he's come out with. I've always, made sure I've supported that.
yeah. I will not deny his talent. He is very talented, but as I'm admitting to, there are sometimes when, especially now with social media and everything happening, there are ways that I feel like artists play themselves on a social
Yeah.
aspect that taint the way you're able to enjoy their music. So I will say, Hear Me Clearly, definitely bringing me back. Definitely like, whoo, he's not playing. And as I
Yeah.
said, Daytona was an amazing project to me until those slide shots were taken. Then it was
Hmm.
like, all right, bruh, come on now. So, but given whatever was worked out with Jay Prince and whomever, I feel like Pusha T, part of it is he has to stay right there and not where he was trying to go. So that is, I'll say shout outs to him. Now, someone who isn't staying right there and he is just out here saying whatever comes to the dome. And I will say a lot of it, is truth, but goddamn, you have a lot to say, was the game on Drink Champs with Nori. Great Drink Champs. I am nervous for this man's alcohol intake though. Dear Lord. I think someone needs to like reach out. He
Well, they
was
said it in the beginning.
he was downing the bottles to the face. He was mixing drinks. And when I say mixing, it wasn't no Coke with no rum. It was alcohol with alcohol. I'm like, dear Lord, please, please, someone make sure the game is okay. But as we know, he talked about a lot of things, but not, I guess, the thing that we all know is happening in the case that he lost to. So he's definitely going through some things as well. But I will say it was one of the things for me that's always bugged me being a fan of the game, sorry, is that, as I said, and I was so happy that Nori spoke on it, was him and 50. It was so magical every time
It was.
I'd hear those two together. To this day, This Is How We Do It could come on and like, what? Fresh like, like it does not like it gets you every time. And
Yeah.
I was just like, what happened? Like, why? Like, how could they mess this up? So seeing that was a feeling that was shared throughout the community, and he was man enough to be like, I messed up. That was
Yeah.
me, and I want 50 to know, like, et cetera, that that isn't really how I'm trying to be out here moving forward. And that is something that they definitely messed up with. And well, more on his part, as he admitted to. So that was really huge for me because as a hardcore G Unit fan, and it was a time
Yeah.
like you seen like Banks and Yayo everyone come out. But then like when the game came in, you heard like
Yeah, it
him and
changed the
50, it was
whole G
just
Unit
whew,
completely. Nobody cared about Lloyd Banks. Nobody cared. It was all like, who is this
this
guy? And
guy.
let's
Yeah,
keep him there.
yeah, yeah. What were some of your thoughts on the string champs? I'm two
Well, I
hours in, I'm
wasn't
not
able to
completely
see
finished.
all 4 hours.
Yeah.
When I
So
seen
yeah,
4, I was like, this is probably a good drink. I'm gonna have to watch it in spaces. But I
yeah.
will say this about the game. Like you were saying, him accepting accountability. The
Hmm.
one thing that we have to realize when it comes to these young rappers that are coming from the streets and into an industry, they aren't prepped
Yeah.
to understand the industry. And then also, they have to understand that yes, it's friendship, but it's also business too. And I
Mhm.
think that that's where the separation kind of goes, because even on Drink Champs and even when you hear these interviews, the first thing that you hear people say is, "Oh, I thought this was my brother," or "I thought this
Yeah.
person was
Yeah.
this," or
I
"I
thought it
thought we
was
were
real.
better."
Hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was real. Yes, but it's about money too. So, I'm proud that he was able to accept it, because I know before when you would hear interviews from him, you could tell that he was hurt,
Facts.
and it was
He's still
everybody
hurt.
but yeah.
He's still hurt.
And
You
I
can hear
remember
a
it
lot
was
of it.
everybody but him.
Yeah.
But, to accept fault, that, you know, in accepting accountability, that's a huge step. But like I said, we have to realize that some of these people don't, they're young. You get money for the first time, they don't know, and we don't teach them that, to understand that, like, this is a business. It's Yes, you can have a friendship, but it's definitely a business. But I am going to continue to
Same.
listen, because when I started it, I was like, why does he have a mask on? Like, why? Like,
And
what is going on? I was not
yeah.
ready.
Yeah, I knew he was going to do some extra stuff, but like he said as well, he's learned now how to control his own narrative and getting
Yeah,
in front of the story. So we're definitely hearing the more business conscious side of him coming out,
uh,
even though he's actively telling us he's still out here repping these streets. But at the same time as well, it was good to see him, and I was definitely one of those Drink Champ fans that was like, bro, where's the game? Like, we need, you
yeah,
know, I'm definitely still waiting on a Drake one and all of that. So and at some point, I hope does it. I don't know if he will, but it's just a dream. It's just a
yeah,
hope and a dream, right? But it's just definitely it was needed, and he, so far what I've seen, he said a lot of what needs to say.
yeah,
When he was talking about the flying, and he has a playlist for the flying, and Guapo Closer, I was like, that's my shit, like that's my track. So like, I feel you, bro. Like, you're about to go, let me just put in something that will help me, you know get in a mindset where I'm not like actively at high anxiety upon
yeah,
impact. um and there was something else I wanted to, oh yeah, like even the fact of like his boys, you know just that whole, like, you could tell he's had to shift. Hopefully he shifted a lot of his environment. Like, Dr. Dre literally sent someone to go and get him. They were like, ain't no Dr. Dre coming to see your ass, get out of here. And
yeah,
luckily Dr. Dre wanted him that much, you know, and though it's not the marketing I'm advertising to you guys to do out there, the street team is very much still alive. He
yeah,
said with everything he would sell, he would give a mixtape as well, to the point where like
yeah,
you were hearing his track throughout Compton. You're hearing his demo throughout Compton. A lot of y'all are even timid to tell whoever, and it's just like, how do you expect to get that full support if you're not supporting yourself like that? So once again, we're looking at someone that really put themselves out there and said, you know what, forget what people think. This is
yeah,
what I want to do. This is what I believe in. You're gonna have to tell me, get down or lay down. Like that type of energy. So The game, as I said, he's always been so talented to me. He was someone that I feel like
Definitely.
should have been way further, and it's never too late. So I'm not saying that as if he's missed his chance. He's coming out with Drillmatic. I'm looking forward to seeing what this project has on it. But I was happy to hear him really take, as you said,
Yeah.
accountability for a lot of the things that I felt like, bruh, that was such an easy layup. Like,
Yeah.
many people wanted a Dr. Dre beat. You were able to get that, like that, you
Just
know?
like that. Yeah.
So when even he told the story about hearing like 50 do in the club record it for the first time, and
Uh-huh.
like him just being like, I want this beat. And then when he heard, 50 going, go short, and like he's like,
Yeah.
nah, like this gonna be his time. Like, and
Yeah.
being privileged to have some artists and people that I rock with here in Toronto, like invite me to their studio sessions, and just authentically having that feeling of hearing some tracks, and I'm like, oh no, you gotta
Yeah.
put this out. Like this is crazy. Like, and you really can't put it out there. You're just waiting, to
Yeah.
for them to release it to the world, because you're like, nah, this is the one. Like, so it was beautiful to see him be able to give us those moments, because there wasn't no Instagram and all that back
No,
then. So we really had to have heard the stories from someone.
definitely.
I am gonna, as I said, continue watching, because I am scared for his alcohol intake. Um, it was quite much, but I heard he's a heavy
Yeah,
drinker,
they said that. Yeah, they were saying to get him on because he was a drink champ. Yeah.
and he's definitely proving that, dear Lord. We gonna end it with something very important for my ladies. Nicki Minaj was doing a Q&A on Twitter, and this girl was talking about, faking orgasms with partners. And Nicki said, what we're not gonna do is fake nothing around here. If he is not, or she is not, whomever is getting it right, they need to go or learn what needs to be done. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if somebody ain't doing nothing right, that it's nothing that you can teach. But I do agree. Please don't fake it. Even though it's the awkward moment of not baking it, and it's like, is it good? And you're just like, yeah. Like, I mean, don't fake it. I definitely agree because I mean, I've had a moment before where it was just kind of awkward and like, let's just stop. Like, let's not keep on. Yeah, I've had a moment where was just like, it's not worth losing our
Yeah.
friendship. There, you throw one of those in. Like, yeah,
I will
I don't want
say,
to mess up our friendship. Let's just
I
stop.
I will say that, like, I'm still young, but when I was like younger, I do notice that I did fake it a time or two, because it might have been like a really lit person. I was young, I didn't know any better. So I was just like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't like, but somewhere along the way, I was like, oh, like, especially when like
Yeah.
girls started sharing stories and they were talking about like orgasms. And I was like, I never, what does that feel like? Like, and I was realizing like I was missing out. I was like, oh hell no.
No,
This
yeah.
needs to this needs to get in order. So I am definitely standing behind Nikki's message in this regard. Do not fake nothing for nobody.
Nah.
Okay. You need to be happy. You can't always be dealing with yourself. You need to be with someone that's cohesive, or have partners that know what's happening.
Facts.
Cause like I ain't always trying to do the job myself. God damn it. So
Facts. Cause
don't be
I know
shy.
now.
Yeah,
I've
definitely know
come
now.
up. I've definitely come up.
Yeah, size does matter. I don't care. Be in your feelings if you don't make the cut. But size definitely matters. And pleasure is like a part of self-care. Tired of telling y'all this. So
Yes.
I'm not playing with
It's
my
a stress
self-care,
reliever. It definitely is.
especially during these panini times. You finally build up the courage to experience that with someone and you go waste my time? Do you want to fight?
Man,
Do you want to fight?
the disappointment. Oh my gosh. Like, why did you
I ain't
bring
got
him
time.
this? You be like all hype, especially when a dude be like hyping it up. Like, I don't know, either do text or phone call, they be like, yeah, when this happened, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And then the moment, and you be like, I waited for this. And I know for me afterwards, like if the guy's gone, I'm probably like cursing up this shit right here.
One time, like we weren't even there. Like ain't nothing was off. Ain't nothing was off. It was just, a little foreplay here and there. And and I'm like, hold
Oh my
up a second. What we're not gonna do, and yes, to this day, no, you ain't getting no play because that is no, no,
no.
no, no. I am not turned on. I do not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so amazing that like you couldn't even like, no, none of that's flying, especially 2022 and beyond. None of that is flying. Sir, we're grown. Go on YouTube, go wherever you need to go, get the
Right? Figure something
information.
out.
Get the
Well, like I said,
information.
I'm happy I'm in a good place and I don't have to worry about those issues. And I'm praying I stay in that place.
Dear Lord. So, do not fake nothing for nobody. I'm gonna
Yes.
just leave it there.
Yes. Be real, keep it real. Always be true to
Always,
yourself and keep it real.
always, always. And she will never lie to you. Okay.
She won't.
You may be trying to fake the funk. She will never lie to you. Okay. So it's just not happening. You can put as much product as you want down there, everything. It ain't gonna work because she's trying to tell you something. It's not working
She
out,
will shut
sir.
down on you if you don't do it right. She will close.
Sorry. I wash my hands of this. No, no more chances. You're done. Especially if you were hyping a lot. That's what's gonna piss me off.
I don't even want to think about those bad days in my life. Oh my gosh.
I'm crying. So, guys, that is fruit salad for this week. I
Great.
tried to eat fruit, mind my business as much as possible. And I hope y'all enjoy it.
I definitely enjoy it.
I want to remind you guys to like, share, subscribe, tag your people them. And thank you once again, as I said, for just honoring our break and showing us just hopping right back into the love.
Thank you.
And shout outs to Kim Kardashian and her Balenciaga outfit. I don't know if she's telling us to beware, be cautious out there.
Or slippery when wet.
Or slippery when wet. I don't know, girl, but I don't feel like Kanye would have approved that outfit had he still been at home.
Yeah, you can tell the change of who she's with now.
Mm, mm, mm. Eat fruit and mind your business.
Eat fruit and mind your business.
So I definitely, y'all be safe out here. God, if you ain't gotta go nowhere with these gas station prices, just stay at home, take a chill, watch something entertaining, set up a virtual meeting if you can. I feel like they're trying to tell us outside is open and all of a sudden everything's disappearing, but I'm not fully comfortable with that. Like y'all put so much pressure on so much to now just be like, it's all right, go head out. Nah, you don't even need that no more. QR code, what is that? And I'm just like, fam, y'all just really don't be caring. So, as I said, I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do, but just be safe, be as responsible as you can. I know it's allergy season, so a lot of people will try to trick you and be like, oh no, it's just my allergies.
My allergies.
Girl, just be careful, so sanitize.
A whole virus, girl. It's my allergies.
I am not hugging you.
My allergies.
I'm I'm not dabbing you. Don't touch me. Don't breathe next to me. Like, this is why I just be inside because I ain't got time to explain to people why I need to still do these practices. So go at your own risk, but just be safe out there, guys.
Definitely.
40s the new 20. So be offering
Definitely.
nobody, $5, $10 gas. Okay.
Nah, and 20 and up, 20 and up, 20 and up.
All
You
right,
got
guys.
20.
You got 20. Let me see it. We got auto deposit. Let me get it.
I got 10 now. I'm gonna give you 10 later.
Nah, that ain't gonna cut it for me. We need the whole thing. Yeah, we need the whole thing. Okay. Shout outs to Drake. So once again, I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love this conversation. It was great. And I hope that, God just continues to bless all of us. Right now, spring is, I feel like it's approaching because it's been raining so much and the season of new beginnings is coming. So if you're looking around and, you want to freshen up, you want to clean this, take care of your plants if they're looking kind of hurt, just show yourself some love and really like, I notice people, a lot of fitness people, especially like they're going even harder because they're like, oh, snap, it's March. I have to be showing skin soon.
Hurry up. Yes.
Girl, love your body. It's going to be all right.
That
Everybody knows you're inside.
In the gym, like push extra. I'm like, I gotta get this in. Yes. Yesterday I was in.
Drip, sweat, drip, sweat, everything. I feel you, girl. Yeah. Man, I'm about to go have this ice cream. Go to my bed. So definitely thank you guys again, EFP family. You guys are amazing. Excited to see y'all next week. And yeah, any last words or motivation for this week, Natasha?
Just be real. Be real with yourself. Yes.
That part.
That's it.